Yo, 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 yo. How we doing? It's the No Name Podcast. It's your boy Wisdom Devine. My man Tomi is on his moving mission right now, moving into his college lifestyle. So I'm holding it down for us. But we got a special guest. Introduce yourself, please, sir.
How's it going? What's happening? Stephen Monty Glass to be exact. You know, what's going on, world?
What's going on, bro, man? Listen, I appreciate you coming on, man, because at the end of the day, like I know you for so long, but this this newfound love that I've seen you get into has inspired me, and it helped me inspire so many other people. So I feel like it'll be a great podcast to tap in with for my listeners and something to leave behind. So I know you got some interesting stories to share and great information. So I really want to thank you for coming on.
Oh, no doubt, man. You put me in a lot of good positions, man, and provided me with a lot of with some opportunities that I'm grateful for. So when you asked for me to come on your platform, it was like a no brainer for me. So
No, I appreciate that. I'm gonna
no,
tell you something because at the end of the day, I was very inspired to see how you still look the same, but had to see how you transform your body. And when I saw just the physical change, but then I got to talk to you, I saw the mental change. And so I knew that it wasn't just one half of you that changed. It was all of you that had really just evolved to a whole new person. So my question for you, just to start off the podcast, first off, a lot of people don't know, you know, we from Danville, Virginia. That's how I know you.
yeah.
So coming up, how we came up, what inspired you to just want to live a healthy lifestyle?
The best way I can explain it, man. I'm gonna keep it all the way 100. I that's the only way I know how to, keep it. I had to be broken down, like in order to even get the idea to build myself back up. If that makes sense, you know what I'm saying? Um, to start it off, man, I went through a breakup, a real bad breakup, you know, for women to bring it out of you. I'm not, I ain't gonna even lie. I ain't gonna even lie. But I went through a real bad breakup, man, and I learned that was just the tip of the iceberg. You know what I'm saying? Like I had a lot going on underneath the surface. And I'm a Virgo. So
Okay.
it's kind of hard for me to let shit go sometimes. You know what I'm saying? And I could be have an obsessive personality. So the best way I can sum it up is I needed something to obsess over. I needed something positive to obsess over, and not the negative that was
Mhm.
going around me and in my world. And I kind of just fell in love. I caught wind of bodybuilding. I caught wind of bodybuilding and fitness through my little brother, actually. My little brother, who you know, high school athlete, collegiate athlete, and he called me one day and was just like, "Man, you need to get out the house. Like, you ain't doing anything in the house." So he was like, "Come to the gym with me. Let's work out." Not knowing that I didn't know that like 2 weeks later he was gonna move to Dallas and just leave me.
Oh
and just
wow, that's
yeah,
what my boy told me from. Shout out to Dallas.
yeah, he just leave me here without no inkling of what I was doing or whatever the case may be. But I went and it worked. The thing about fitness is the thing about any activity, any physical movement, you get to the point where when you're consistent, you get to the point where when you're doing that, because of the endorphins that's released into your body, you
Hmm.
forget about whatever's going on up here. If that makes sense.
Yes, sir.
It got to the point where I was going in the gym upset, angry, depressed, and coming out not knowing why I was feeling that way in the first place. Like all of that was alleviated. All of it was gone. I could think clearly once I left. You know, my blood was flowing better. You know, I could breathe better. I could use critical thinking skills better than I was before I went in. I started I fell in love with it, man. I started obsessing over that and making that the positivity in my life, and stopped obsessing over whatever negativity was going on.
I like that. So when you first started, did you like jump right into it, or did you fall off the wagon? Because I know you notice, like, when you see people who try to get into the gym, they may be into it for a little bit, but then they fall off a little bit. So how was your journey when you got into it? Like you said, you jumped into it because you were trying to get over, you know, a heartbreak and headache that you was going through. So it was like, how was your journey of like consistency starting off?
Oh man. Let me start off with the fact that I knew nothing.
And that's important. That's important.
Hey, and another thing I want to say, because I know a lot of us, a lot of your listeners is probably from the city. A lot of your listeners probably went to high school or did some kind of sport, or whatever the case may be. You know, I played a little bit of sports in high school. I took a weightlifting class. And I just want to say, for the fact of the matter, everything they taught us was fucking wrong.
Yes.
All of it was all wrong. I got bad knees. I got bad elbows, everything, because everything they showed us was completely false.
No form, no form, no technique.
So no form, no technique, nothing. Just lift this shit. You know what I'm saying? My bad, Coach Koenig, but I had to be honest. You feel me? But yeah, I knew nothing, man. And man, I hurt myself once, and it was just, I went in there, and you know, as men, we gotta let me start. People in general have egos, you know.
Yes.
And I went in afraid to ask questions. I went in not knowing, I couldn't afford a trainer at the time, because I had a household that was built on two people that ended up being one person. So I couldn't afford a trainer at the time. Didn't know where to go find information. And I had too much ego to ask somebody for information. So it took me going in and really making a fool out of myself, and then losing my consistency. That's how I fell off the wagon, right? So I still was obsessing over it. Even though I wasn't physically going, I still was obsessing over it. And I started and this is probably like towards the YouTube era, when YouTube got super big. And I just started searching YouTube, man. I really obsessed over it. I started going searching like fitness professionals and fitness influencers, and just looking at what they do and figuring out the process. You know what I'm saying?
Mm-hmm.
Even to the point to the nutrition part of it. Like when I first went in and first started trying to get consistent with the whole fitness thing, I thought I had to eat like a bird. See,
Most of us do.
right? See, and the problem with that is I had a skinny man's complex. All you know me,
Yeah, yeah, just
yeah,
tall and slim.
tall and skinny. Like it made me so insecure. I hated being skinny.
Really?
Hated it with a passion, man.
That's crazy. I never knew that.
Hated it with a passion. So like you said, like a lot of us, you know, we go in and you think, well, you wanna because fitness is only like 40% of the work, to be
That's
honest.
right.
40%. Going
That's
to the
right.
gym, like 40%. The other 60% is nutrition. Whether you're trying to gain muscle, or lose weight, it's gonna happen in the kitchen overall, right? So of course I went in thinking that I needed to eat like a bird. I needed to eat bird food, nothing but fruits, veggies, no meat. And I started, you know, ripping up or whatever, but I got even skinnier. And I was like, hold on, this won't the plan. This won't the plan. Like, we going backwards. This is not what I was trying to do, you know? And then I through that, you know, I learned how to bulk, and I learned how to eat in a surplus to gain muscle. And like I said, because my metabolism is just naturally high. I burn fuel. Think of food as think of your body as a car, and food is the gas. You know, you have to be smart about what you're taking in and what you're eating. and use it to benefit you in the ways that you need it to benefit you, for it to prove beneficial for you. But overall, your body is a car, the food is the gas, right?
Yes, sir.
And my car burns gas really, really fast, right? Some people burn calories slow. Some people metabolisms are naturally slow. Mine was naturally really, really fast. I always ate like my mom was going bad, but I was burning it. You know what I'm saying? Through movement, through activities, through jobs, working. Even the negative crap. You know what I'm saying? Like through over time, I just learned that my metabolism was fast and I was burning calories at a high speed naturally,
Mm-hmm.
without additives or nothing. So I had to got back on YouTube and I just started looking up nutrition. Like the generation after us, after us, and like a little bit of our generation, we got the luxury of internet and technology. And
Mm-hmm.
information is at the palm of your hand. Google, YouTube, now TikTok.
Mm-hmm.
It's everything's at the palm of your hand, and you can pretty much learn or teach yourself or find information on anything. So that's what I did, man. I learned how to bulk and eat at a surplus. I learned how to take in more calories than I was burning. Find out how many calories I was burning in a day anyway, and then start taking in more calories in order to gain muscle and gain weight and sustain weight. And overall, like my ego is what took me off the bandwagon. But like I said, I had an obsessive personality, and I got to the point where I was obsessing over it so much that even though I wasn't going, the intentions was to get back on. See,
Mm-hmm.
the whole thing with people, what they kind of fail to realize is consistency. You're gonna fall off the bandwagon, especially in the beginning. Like it's inevitable. Like nobody is, especially when you don't know what you're doing. You know, it's really no way behind it. It's getting back on the bike, getting back on the horse. That's where that's the real win, if that makes sense. You know what I'm saying?
Mm-hmm.
Get back up. You're gonna get knocked down, and that goes for life as a life lesson too. Like fitness taught me so much about life and so much about myself on the inside that I even kind of correlate some things to that too. But it ain't really how many times you get knocked down, it's how many times you get up, and how many times you get back on, and how many times you go back to that gym, how many times you go back to that weight that you're not getting, how many times okay, I messed up, I went to the fast food spot, got a burger and some fries, but yeah, but tomorrow another day though. You know what I'm saying? Tomorrow is
Yes,
another
sir.
get another chance to start over. That's something I teach my son. You know what I'm saying? I got it from from Friday, and it's funny. But when Pops told Craig that you live to fight another day, that's really some real shit. You feel what I'm
Yeah,
saying?
always. It's always a message in the movies.
Absolutely. Like it's really that's real deal. You know what I'm saying? Like you fall off, and it's gonna happen. That's what I'm trying to explain. But getting up and going back is what's the real win.
So my question for you is, when you talked about the learning how your calorie intake, how did you learn to calculate things like that for somebody who may not understand, how to even start to learn how much their input and output is?
I stumbled on it to be actually everything. I stumbled on everything. So I just happened to read the back of a label, right? Of a food label.
Mm-hmm.
And read the back of a food label. Every food label says this drink, this food, this is based on a 2,000 calorie diet. So I was like, damn. Like, so what's a 2,000 calorie diet? You know what I'm saying? What's 2,000 calories? What, like I wanted to know everything. And I'm like, oh, this ain't making sense. Like somebody put me on. So I just typed in a 2,000 calorie diet. And that was the catalyst to me going down a rabbit hole of finding out tons and tons of information. It led me to learning how to count calories, how to pay attention to calorie intake, what food has what amount of calories, adding that up throughout the day, capping it off at a certain point, you know learning that I could take in, okay, I want to eat 3,000 calories a day. I could break that into 500 calorie portion meals, and that's my cap off for the 24 hours, you know.
Mm.
And I kind of just stumbled onto and I got to that point from YouTube, um, just searching influencers, you know what I'm saying, and searching tips. Like it's the best analogy I can give for 2022 is TikTok. Because TikTok, you can go in that search engine and you can type in whatever you want to learn, whatever information you're trying to find, and it's somebody with some kind of soliloquy or some kind of daggone uh what's the word I'm looking for? Some kind of information or tools or tips on how to do whatever it is you're looking for, or how to do whatever it is you're trying to learn. If it's starting a podcast, getting into fitness, fashion, music, you want to be a DJ, whatever. It's these tools, TikTok, YouTube, Google, all of these tools are here for us to find information. And
Yeah,
like
man, the information world.
right, the direct to consumer type. You don't have to go through a news. You don't have to go through a published book anymore. You don't have to read a magazine. You got the information directly at the palm of your hands, and that's pretty much what I did. Pretty much type in search engines and go down that rabbit hole and just read the information, look at the videos. Hold on to that. Get obsessed. I recommend like anybody who really wants something in life, and fitness was something I really, really wanted. You know what I'm saying? Like I really like was determined to like I said, I had a skinny man complex, and I got that first endorphin high. That first time when I went through that breakup and my brother took me to the gym and I went in depressed and I came out not even knowing why I was upset, it was like a high for me. It was like a drug. The first time, doing a drug and I was chasing that high. I was like, I want that. That's what I
Mm-hmm.
it really had nothing. I had the skinny man complex, and I was insecure physically, and I wanted to gain weight and get bigger. But more importantly, I wanted to change this. You know what I'm saying? I wanted to be able to self motivate. I wanted to be able to process my own emotions. I wanted to be able to think critically. You know what I'm saying? And all that, I was able to do all that through fitness. I learned how to do all that through fitness. I learned how critical thinking. I learned how to, okay, I want to gain weight. So let's figure this out. Let's go find the information. Let's get on YouTube. Let's find the information. Let's process it, apply it to our life, and figure out how to do this and make accurate change. Is that
Yes, sir. So, who were some of the people who inspire or influence you along the way?
man? First, I'm gonna shout out the influencers first, and as I go into this part, like 'cause this is definitely a lesson that I had to learn the hard way. Um, because influencers, this is big business now. You know,
Mm-hmm.
especially fitness influencers. Like this is it's $1 million industry, almost $1 billion industry, right?
Mm-hmm.
So the problem that I see with most people who look to influencers for help in the fitness world is they don't look for influencers with their body type, right? Because everybody has a certain body. See, I'm 6'2". I started out at the time. I started out 6'2", like 169 pounds, right?
Okay.
So I'm slew footed and slightly bow legged. You know what I'm saying? I got long femurs, short torso. You know, I was trying to do things and try to build my body in a way that I was seeing 5'5", 5'6" guys do, and I just don't.
Mm.
You'll see, um, and I can't think of the names, but you got Metamorphosis, and I know I'm probably saying that wrong, but there's 3 different body types. And I had to find the body type, and I had to find influencers that fit my body type. That way I can mimic what they did in order to provoke change in my body. So, but first, the first influencers that I came to, the influencer that I first came across that made me fall in love with it was Chris Jones. He owns Pump Chasers in I think he's in Fort Worth, Texas.
Oh wow. Okay. Shout out to Texas. It's
Yeah.
my other home.
So he owns a brand called
Lucky
Pump
town.
Chasers. a clothing brand. He also had it's a fitness apparel brand. He also has his own supplement brand. Um, and he started just like any other person, like going to Walmart, getting Walmart brand protein, and things like that, spending $15-$20, going the cheap route, you know what I'm saying. And he ended up building himself into a brand from his YouTube following into his social media following. He ended up opening up a gym, and he pretty much was the catalyst to me falling in love with bodybuilding. And uh, I don't mean to go off on a tangent or mean to
No,
go.
no, no. Go ahead, go ahead, go ahead. This is important. Somebody can go look him up and find out who he is, and it can change somebody's life. Go ahead.
Just off topic, real quick.
Go ahead.
Um, there's a and it's a fight in the fitness world, like a silent fight that there's not more than one way to fitness. You got bodybuilding, you got CrossFit, you got your athletes like your basketball players and your football players and things like that. You got your power lifters, you got your Olympic lifters, and you got your marathon runners, boxers, and everybody there's a small. Everybody thinks their way is the best way. Functional training, HIIT training. When we all trying to get to, it's almost like religion. We all trying to get to the higher power. We all to eternal life or whatever the case may be. And depending on what your beliefs are, I'm not sure if there's only one way to get into that point. Fitness is the same way. It's not one way to get to it, and everybody's way might not work for everyone else's. They don't even like a popular lift in fitness is a deadlift, right? Barbell deadlift. They don't teach basketball players and football players, basketball players to deadlift.
No.
Why? Because they're too tall for it. Exactly. It would end up hurting them in the long run. The lower back injuries and this thing and that. Basketball players mostly train legs, like in squats, single leg lunges, safe leg workouts. They train shoulders, a lot of shoulder work, a lot of chest work because they're doing a lot of push, a lot of tricep work and things of that nature, a lot of core strength. Because the idea is to be strong with endurance, not being able to move like maybe a football player, right?
That's right. Because they need to explode.
Exactly. Whereas to like a bodybuilder is more on forcing his body to change physically, right? Or a CrossFitter, it's more of how long can you last doing everything?
Yes.
You know what I'm saying? And that's more of endurance based, but how long it's strength based, but how long can you be strong? It's endurance based. How long can you have good endurance? Like, all right, I can lift 220 pounds, but CrossFit is more how many times can you do it? You know what I'm saying? Or I can do a pull up, but yeah, can you do it 20 of them in 5 rounds? You know what I'm saying? That's more CrossFit. Yeah, I can run down this beach, but can you run down this beach, come back, swim a lap, come back, do 50 push-ups? That's more CrossFit, right?
Oh man, we lost him for a second. He probably come right. Yep, you back. You back.
Right.
Go ahead. Keep talking.
That's more along the lines of that. And there's not one way. You got to figure out what's the best way for you. And bodybuilding was the best way for me for my goals and what I wanted. And it's what I fell in love with and what I developed the passion for. Because like I said, I was looking for something to obsess over. I was looking for, and the mental aspect of bodybuilding was so grand to me. Like, it was just like amazing to me. It was almost like math, like science, anything like breaking down, learning to break down your muscle, feed it, let it rest so that it builds back stronger and bigger. For every muscle though, from head to toe, you know what I'm saying? I just thought I was just amazed with that aspect of it. You know what I'm saying? I couldn't, it was just grand to me how much science went into it and how I could manipulate my body to do what I wanted to do. You know what I'm saying? And Chris Jones of Pump Chasers was the one who I first watched that gave me that passion for bodybuilding. But like Chris Jones is about 5'6", you know what I'm saying? He big, you know what I'm saying? I'm just like, he's squatting, great form, this, that, and the third. I'm trying to squat like him. I'm tearing my knees up. And I'm just like, this ain't it. You know what I'm saying? And fast forward through a couple of homeboys, because I wasn't even on social media. I had a Facebook, but I ended up deleting that. Then coming back on Facebook, then getting on Instagram, which was a big mistake. But I ended up getting on Instagram, and I ended up coming across Simeon Panda. All right. Simeon Panda is a from London, UK bodybuilder. Who resides in LA now, and fits my body type. 6'2", 6'3". He about 240 now, 250. Probably like 8% body fat now, but he started out like me. You know, he started out 6'2", probably about 160, 170 pounds. He started earlier than I am. You know, he started when he was like 17. You know what I'm saying? But pretty much the same concept because he fits the same body type. You know what I'm saying? Slew-footed, tall, short torso, long femurs, and the squat range is different. So I started following guys that fit my body type. I started following a white guy who was actually like 2-time Mr. Olympia. He's won the Mr. Olympia the last 2 years. He might be going on 3 if I'm not mistaken. Excuse me if I'm fucking that up, but white guy named Chris Bumstead. He's actually from Canada, but he resides here now. Fits my body type. You know, he about 6'2", 6'3", maybe about 240, 250, 8 to 10% body fat now, but he started way early. But the point I'm trying to make is they fit my body type. So it was easy for me to look at them and mimic what they were doing and get results without pain or harming myself. So Simeon Panda, Mike Rashid as well. Mike Rashid a little bit shorter than me. He over 6 feet, but he might be like 6'1". You know, but same body type. You know, short torso, long femur. Like his body type, I could do that. I could look at him and I could say I could do that because he looks like me. You know what I'm saying? He has the same body type as I do. You know, so it was easy to use those guys as a reference. So like I said, Mike Reed, Simeon Panda, Chris Bumstead, and Chris Jones out of Texas was the one who started it. But then I started going into the direction of people who look like me, who fit my body type. That way I can mimic what they were doing and use them as references to learn proper techniques, proper movements, because that's what they do. They get paid on they're on YouTube giving out information, man. You know what I'm saying? Giving out those tools that we all need. You know, but along with that, and I want to take the time to shout out the people in my city. You know, because once I put my ego aside and I started asking questions. And let me shout out Urban Fitness Gym, Danville, Virginia, downtown. Ken Jones owns that gym. He also owns Firehouse Sub. That gym, man, that's my baby. That
Is
gym.
that the gym where you was making the videos to send to the? All right, so hold on. Let's touch on that. Then I want you to talk about that gym because first off, what's the gym name again?
Urban Fitness.
Urban Fitness. Shout out to you because let me tell you, because he was at that gym, he was able to change the lives of my students in San Antonio, Texas. You know, my organization, my brothers and men of honor, who was on journeys of trying to lose weight, and also the elderly ladies that I dealt with in the adopt a grandparent program from UTSA. So I want to say thank you because you know me and you know this, but my listeners may not know this. The ones who gonna see you from Men of Honor, and because definitely my students don't watch my podcast, but for my my Men of Honor bros, they'll know exactly who you are. But I really want to thank you for that because weekly I could depend on you sending me 15-minute videos to make sure people understood that was just trying to get into fitness, how they could spend a short amount of time but get a big result out of their life. And I heard them talk about so many times how You know, I felt much better after I did the 15-minute workout. You know what? I started seeing that I could do it more rounds, because when you talking about the AMRAP, as many rounds as possible, man, that was a game changer. But I like the way how you broke it down and just slowly leveled them up, and I saw the changes within them. So let's get back to the gym, because I just had to give you, you know, your glory for that, because you don't understand how how you were helping me change lives, changing my life, but also, you know, them videos gonna live forever. So I'm gonna even share those in the description box for the people who've never seen them, just so you could tap in to see what this brother was doing, because I'm telling you, it was a magical moment that I was able to live with him, and I don't even know if he knows how important it was.
I don't. I got an inkling. I had an inkling, you know, because you wasn't necessarily vague with it. You broke it down to me what you was doing it for, but I didn't know it was to the level of, you know, that it was. You know, it was just that I was just thankful for the opportunity. You know what I'm saying? Like, I'm always thankful for the opportunity, even more than the bag. I'm thankful for the opportunity. You know, I'm thankful for the window. You know, because sometimes to me that's more important. Even so, every opportunity don't have to have a bag attached to it. That's
Right.
I'm a firm believer in that. You know what I'm saying? The opportunity might lead you to the next opportunity for the bag, you know, or give you the information you need to get to the next opportunity to get the bag. You know what I'm saying? And I was just thankful for that, man. That it taught me a lot. It forced me to do something that that was out of my comfort zone, but I really did want to do. You know, I wanted to record. I wanted to like try to, you know, see if I had what it takes to like record my videos, to talk on camera, to be able to get it to people and share what I know or whatever the case may be. And you talk, because of that opportunity, I learned something about myself that I could do it, you know? And
Definitely.
yes,
Definitely. Had to
and
learn how to edit and everything. Let's not forget about that. Let's
yes,
not forget about the journey that we went through, where you was like, man, I'm gonna try to get it together for you. I'm like, bro, take your time. I had to learn because then when it got on my end trying to do this podcast thing,
yeah,
that's how. So I'm telling you, I fed off your energy the same way how you saying that, because I believed in you. But I'm telling you, because I seen you tell me like, bro, this editing thing is much harder, and it's, mind you, it ain't that long of a video.
it was, man. It was. That, using the software, like the different programs, I was just like, oh man, I was up nights like trying to figure this thing out. You know what I'm saying?
I
My girl,
remember.
I'm like, what are you doing? I'm like, I'm trying to get to the opportunity to get to the bag. That's what I'm doing. You know what I'm saying? But it was a learning process, man. I was so thankful. Like, even to the point where like the videos that I post on my gram, I learned from that situation. You know what I'm saying? And like, I get a lot of, you know, feedback from my videos that I post on the ground. Like, people ask me, dang, how do you sync the music so well? You know what I'm saying? Well, I had to learn myself. And I had to learn that I heard music differently than other people. You know what I'm saying? So it was kind of through this opportunity and doing that with you, I learned that I had a talent for editing. You know what I'm saying? And I
That's
was kind of,
dope.
once I learned how to do it, you know. But yes, that was a process, man. That was a process. But man, just to get back on that gym, man, I can't say enough about Ken Jones, man, and Urban Fitness, man. Like, that man he looked out for me. Like, I might get emotional talking about this. For
Hey, it is
real. Like,
what it is.
man, it was times where I was down bad, where like Ken knew I was sneaking in the gym but didn't say nothing. You know what I'm saying? Like, it was times where like, you know, I didn't know what I was doing. And I was able to go to the trainers that was there. Shout out to Donovan Cotton. Shout out to DJ Tarpley. Shout out to Jeremy Clifton. Who else, man? Who else I got to shout out, man? I don't know Clarence last name, but shout out to Clarence, man. Shout out to Ken Jones, he owns the gym, but he's a trainer too. They Anytime I had a question, anytime I needed to know something, anytime I wanted to pick somebody's brain, because they were open arms, willing to help. And I say that the way I'm saying it because I want people to understand that like they don't have to do that. Trainers
No,
give the information that they give. Like, that's how they make their living. You know what I'm saying? That that brain of theirs and the information that they holding up inside of it, that's the bag. You know, so them giving me that for free, them being like me going to Donovan and be like, hey man, like, why do you arch your back like that when you bench pressing? You know what I'm saying? And him telling me, well, okay, well, that's how you brace yourself. He don't have to tell me that for free. You know what I'm saying? He don't. It's important that your chest stick out farther than your shoulders when you're doing a bench press, when you're pressing the weight, so you don't tear your shoulders up. You don't have to tell me that for free, but they did. You know what I'm saying?
Mm-hmm.
They didn't. They was so open with the information and welcomed me with open arms. And man, I can't thank them guys enough, man. Even my man DJ Tartley, man. DJ showed me how to set up my gram, man. I didn't even know how to set up my IG. You know, Kalen Eccles. I forgot about Kalen. I forgot my boy K2, who was a trainer down there. They helped me set up. I worked out with him one night, and shoot, we went to where we go to eat. Where did we go to eat? We went somewhere to eat afterwards, and they was like, they on their phone the whole time eating. I'm just eating. I'm just like, what are y'all doing? They were like, well, we posting our videos on IG, and I'm like, what? I'm like, how you do that? Like, you ain't got no IG? I was like, nah, I ain't got no IG.
Nah.
And they helped me set up my IG, my bio, all that. So man, I'm thankful for them guys, man. Like, I'm thankful. Like, the best advice I can give to anybody who looking to start a fitness journey, right? Embrace the people in the gym. Even the women. Like, I know dudes can be creepy, but not all of them, right? Embrace, because that fitness community is what's gonna help you stay consistent. It's gonna help you get back on the wagon when you fall off. It's gonna help you when you're doing something wrong. You know what I'm saying? And before you hurt yourself, you know, like a fitness community is real important, and I'm thankful for this little fitness community we got in our little city here in Danville. But embrace that, man. It's so beneficial in the long run to your fitness journey. So beneficial.
That's crazy, because I'm gonna tell you something. Like, I had started to see like how passionate you had started to become with it. So when you say that, like, building the community, asking questions, and also touching on the ego part, I think that's very important for the listeners to really, you know, grasp, is that even though this is a individual journey, it takes so many other pieces to be successful, you
Uh
know?
Emotions, man. So many different emotions. Discouragement, insecurity, resilience. I mean, those are some of the negative emotions, but some of the positive emotions too. Resilience, perseverance, um, critical thinking, just so many, just so many anger. Like, it's so many emotions that go into this, and it teaches you how to manage them. You know what I'm saying? Like,
Hmm.
one thing I tell my kids, man, like, um, fear is inevitable. You know, like, you can give me a person that's not afraid, and I'm gonna tell you that they probably need a therapist. You
Or they dead already.
know, or they some kind of psychopath. Like, fear is inevitable. That is a natural emotion. You know what I'm saying? Fear is a natural emotion. But what it is you need to know how to manage it and to channel it in the right way to where it's beneficial to you,
That's
right?
right.
And that's another thing that fitness helps you with. It teaches you how to manage emotions, man. Like, I felt like Nipsey said, he went through every emotion, like
Hmm.
every emotion in that gym, like in my fitness journey. I'm almost 8 years in. Like, I went through every emotion, man. You know, discouragement, not thinking I was gonna be able to do it, not seeing was having too much pride, not willing to go and ask questions when I needed help. You know what I'm saying? Ego, trying to do things that I know damn well I ain't know how to do. You know what I'm saying? Um, just resilience, pushing through when I wanted to quit. You know what I'm saying? Determination when I knew I didn't have the time, I found the time. You know what I'm saying?
Hmm. Yeah,
Like,
that's important.
absolutely. You know what I'm saying? You got to work it into your life. Like, this, it's a lifestyle, really. You know, another great piece of advice I can give: the moment you change it into a lifestyle, the moment it'll get easy. It'll be easy. It won't feel like work when you change it into a lifestyle. Like, this is part of my life. My family know, my kids know, my friends know that fitness and nutrition is a part of my lifestyle. You know what I'm saying? If I'm going out that night, I'm gonna get my workout in early. And before I go home, I'm gonna already look at the restaurant we going to, and I'm gonna already see the menu. And I'm gonna already count my calories for the day, and I'm gonna already make a plan of what I'm gonna eat when I get there. How many drinks?
Okay.
You know what I'm saying? Because it's a lifestyle. Like, I'm not doing this to necessarily lose weight or get bigger at this point. You know, I'm doing it because this is how I live my life. You know, I'm healthy living. Looking good is just a bonus. Don't, and trust me, ladies, I appreciate you. You know what I'm saying? To the women that might see this, I appreciate all the compliments and things, but that's really just a bonus, man. Like, I do it for here. You know, I do it because it taught me things that I didn't know, you know. And the moment that you change it into a lifestyle, it won't feel like work anymore. It'll become easy. It's a part of your day. It's a part. It, I even give it to the go as far as to say you will feel. I don't want to say anxiety. That might be the best word because I know that's like a buzzword, but for lack of better words, anxiety when you don't go. That's just like, okay, every day you wake up and you make your bed a certain way. If you get in a rush and you don't make that bed up the way you usually make that bed up, it's gonna tear you up, right?
Mm-hmm.
It's the same way. As soon as you apply fitness, as soon as you apply nutrition to your life like that, it's easy that way. It's become second nature. It's not even a thought. Planning your meals is, you know, part of the life now, just like planning your budget, if that
Yes,
makes sense,
sir.
you know. So that's the best way I can explain. That's the best advice I can give to anybody too. Like, turn it into a lifestyle. Like, don't just say I want to lose weight in 90 days. Or I want to be able to women, I want to fit in this dress in 90 days. Or guys like uh I want to lose weight so girls can like me. Whatever guys go, you know, whatever the case may be. Nah, do this because this is a part of my life now. Living healthy is a part of my life now. Fitness, physical health helps me with my mental health. You know what I'm saying? So now, now everything is coinciding with each other. Everything correlates with each other. My mental, my physical, and my spiritual. Everything is working as one now.
So look,
Absolutely.
I really, really think the way you broke that down, you know, that's gonna be something that's gonna need to rewind for anybody that's struggling. I think you should need to go when you hear this. I definitely think whenever times get hard and you don't know what you want to eat or do you want to go to the gym, go back and listen to that. Cause I'm gonna tell you something right now. When I get off this thing, I'm about to go hit the heavy bag because he didn't got me hyped to where I'm like, look, I'm about to go eat some chicken or something, but I'm about to go work out because I might still eat the chicken. I ain't gonna lie now, but
Chicken in.
I'm gonna go burn some calories first because that right there. Let me tell
Chicken.
you something. I know for a fact that this is what you're meant to do. Whether if it's being a trainer, it's the fact of talking to people about how important fitness is and just hearing how you have changed because I know where you personally come from. And I always try to tell my listeners on every podcast, especially the ones that, and like, I could go down so many like roads with my guests, but the gossip, the drama, all of that, everybody's doing it on a podcast. What I'm trying to show you is that people can come from one place of life and something may have happened and it transitioned them to be something so much greater than it they didn't even understand. Because when I seen this brother and I saw the change in him, I was blown away. But what brought us together, RP Bam, because that's what brought us together. It took a tragedy,
It took a tragedy.
to bring us together. But when I saw you, I heard you speak, it blew my mind. And I said, I got to do something with you. I had to. It was it was important to me to just because mind you, I didn't had us talk about fitness with you. I just seen how you looked, and I knew if you had transformed into that, you had to been doing something. And I wanted to share it with the people who I was around. And that's why I'm kind of sad that my partner Tomi is having to move, because the same way how you feel about fitness, he feels the same way. So I'm gonna definitely have to get you back on, because I know that he would enjoy these conversations, because this is what me and him do all the time. And he loves fitness. He loves going and just watching other people. And so I know he was looking forward to having this conversation, but I told him, like, hey, nah, bro, it's more important to handle your business, and we got this podcast. This is going to be here. But right now, what's important is getting yourself ready for this fall semester. So once again, Tomi, I got a lot of love for you, bro, and I'm going to hold us down. Now, my last question for you is, if it's possible, I would love to have you at my event, the King's Roundtable, on September 3rd, because, I'm looking to have some youth there that may need some guidance. And I know it's some of those guys in there that would enjoy learning about, fitness, and not only just the fitness aspect. You can help a guy that's wanting to learn who had, insecurities that he don't want to share, like how we just talked about, right? And helping him cope with those insecurities, or just giving him some form of, mentorship and guidance. Because for me, it's real important that we touch the youth, because we had, even though, like, I like to say a lot of the times, like, yo, we ain't had that, but we really did. It was just the fact that those guys weren't cool to us. They weren't the ones that we really was attracted to. So we heard them, but we ain't listened to them. You feel me? So I want to be able to change that by not talking at them, but talk to them, meeting them at their level. And see, that's why I know where you will be a great aspect to add to the addition of the men that I'm trying to put together to do this. So that would be my last question: if you can come, I would really appreciate it, because this information, your life story, and just, being able to help somebody else, I know you can do that.
Yeah, we can definitely chop it up after this and talk about that.
All right, bro. So look, once again, my listeners, I appreciate y'all coming and tapping in with me, because at the end of the day, I have nothing without you listening and watching. So once again, it's your boy Wisdom Devine. It's the No Name Podcast. I'm out this thing. Gone.